It used to be that if you wanted to learn about investing, you would have to do things like go to college, earn a degree in finance, and study a 500-page financial textbook like this one on money, banking, and financial markets. But now, thanks to TikTok, a finance and investing education has been democratized for us all. The quality of that finance education is very questionable.
Breaking news on Shiba Inu coin. Elon Musk is expecting Shiba Inu coin to surpass $1.20 by the end of the year.
Today, we're going to be watching and breaking down some investing TikToks. I'm going into this with high hopes and an open mind. After all, TikTok is how most young people learn about finance these days. I, for one, can only take advice from people pointing at random stocks on a screen. I mean, how else would I know which stocks to buy? All right, let's watch these together. This should be interesting.
Here's how you can earn $1 million from a $1,000 investment. Does that sound too good? Let's see.
Let's stop right there. We're only 3 seconds in and I'm already beginning to regret making this video. $1 million from a $1,000 investment? You know, it is sounding a bit too good to be true. But who knows, maybe these professional TikTok investment analysts know something that myself or even Warren Buffett doesn't. Let's at least give them a chance.
That is exactly what this new protocol is promising, and it's called Titano. It promises 102,000% APY.
Hold up, did he just say that you can get a fixed 102,000% APY? Of course it's one of those crypto staking scams. This takes me back to 2020 and 2021 when these things were rampant.
First automatic staking compounding inside your wallet and get rewards 30 minutes, 48 rebases every day. And if you take a look at the calculator that they have on their website, in one day, if you invest $1,000, you can be generating up to $20 a day. In a month, about $770 auto compound. And we're close to $1 million in 1 year.
I love how he thinks he's really adding some legitimacy to this whole thing by showing a calculator. Like, see, it is possible to turn $1,000 into close to $1 million in 1 year because the calculator shows you can. Something tells me that Titano didn't survive even 1 full year to pay out those returns.
Now you may be wondering, how do they have this super high APY and is this sustainable? Part of the way that they're doing this is by charging a tax fee. And as you can see here, they're charging 13% and 18% fees for buying and selling. You lose 13% every time you buy and 18% every time you sell.
Okay, so that's how Titano is apparently able to sustain these 100,000% returns. He says that they charge a 13% fee when you buy and an 18% fee when you sell. This is pretty much just a Ponzi scheme. Titano doesn't actually create any value or produce anything. When you invest in stocks, you're investing in companies that sell products or services that people pay for. When you invest in Titano, the returns only come from the owners themselves. I imagine that at the start of this scheme, investors will probably receive a return for a little while as long as there's a large trading volume. But I don't think trading volume is going to remain very high, because if you're getting such a phenomenal return, you're probably not going to want to sell your holdings. And if lots of people don't sell, then they won't pay any selling fees, which is where most of the returns are supposed to come from. And because Titano is offering such an astronomical return of 100,000%, I can't imagine a world where this could be sustained for any more than a few months before this thing inevitably blows up and investors stop receiving returns. And you know what? Let's just look up Titano and see what we can find. Okay, here's the Titano coin, and it's gone from a high of 0.2 cents to effectively 0 cents. So I'm guessing a lot of people lost a lot of money. Anyways, this one's getting me a bit caught up. There's plenty of more superb TikTok investing content out there, so let's move on. Alright, short and sweet. We have what appears to be a 16-year-old putting on his shades and shaking his head as if to say, it's too easy, it's just too easy. How are you not able to simply double your money every day for a month straight? All you need is the plan to do it. I feel like I don't really need to explain how it's not possible to double your money every day when investing, but you know, just so we can share a laugh, let's just see what would happen if we were to keep doubling our money every day. So here you can see day 30. This is how many days the TikTok went up to. Currently, we've turned 1 cent into over $5 million. This is how far the plan to do it gets you. But if we were to continue from where he left off, in just 18 more days, you can see that we are richer than the top 10 richest people in the world combined, with just a casual $1.4 trillion. So how can we learn how to start doubling our money? Well, lucky for us, this TikTok investors page has a link to his course website. Okay, I'm too curious, I have to check out his About section. Meet the investor, Jamil Nelson, formerly known as the Calculated Investor. Jamil Nelson is a 5-year e-commerce business owner, stock investor, and social media marketer. Apparently, Jamil happens to be an expert at every single trendy way of making money online that gurus will sell a course on. Jamil has built and mentored a team of over 200 people, helping them create income around their schedules via e-commerce. Okay, I'm willing to bet that the 200 people that he supposedly mentored are just the 200 members in his Discord channel. Alright, well let's see if we can find his course. I want to know how much he's charging. Oh, he even has testimonials. Well, actually, I don't know if you can call these testimonials. It's just a screenshot of a message from Nicholas Burns, aka Mr. Fund Yourself, that says, tap in with Jamil, he gonna get you paid. Okay, here it is. His course is $49 a month, reduced from $9,997. Okay, you know what? Let's just move on to the next TikTok, because at this point, I trust my money more with the finance YouTubers that shilled FTX to us than I do with Jamil, the so-called calculated investor that doubles his money every day.
If you're 18 years old and you invest $300 a month for 8 years, and then at 8 years, you no longer invest again, you'll be financially free by the time you retire. You have $1.8 million. People are like, what the heck are you talking about? Well, at 8 years, you would have invested $28,800. And if it was invested in the stock market, which has earned about 10% each year for the last 30 years, and because of compound interest at retirement age, which is mid-60s, you'd have $1.8 million. It's psycho.
Okay, so here we have a bit more of a sensible investing TikTok compared to the ones that we've seen so far. This is just your classic compound interest example. The creator is talking about how it's possible to invest a relatively small amount of money and turn it into quite a substantial amount of money through compound interest over a long time. However, believe it or not, this TikTok is actually quite misleading. And that's because the creator of this TikTok did not account for inflation. You see, he talks about how if you were to start at 18 years old and invest $300 a month for 8 years, you'd be able to retire in your mid-60s with $1.8 million and be financially free. But what he hasn't accounted for is that inflation would have eroded the value of that $1.8 million, and so it will be worth far, far less than $1.8 million today. According to historical inflation data, inflation has averaged 3.8% since 1960. And if we were to assume this rate of inflation going forward, then $1.8 million at the time of retirement at age 65 would actually only be equivalent to about $312,000 at the time you began investing at age 18. And I personally wouldn't call $312,000 right now enough money to be considered financially free. If you were to apply the 4% rule to this number, which is the rule of thumb used by some financial planners to determine how much money you are able to withdraw from your investment account each year in retirement, then that would mean that you would only be able to withdraw a little over $1,000 a month. So yeah, definitely not enough to retire on. Anyways, I know this guy means well, and to be fair, I would still consider this above average investing advice for TikTok. Overall, it's not terrible.
I put $20, you put 20. I'll buy this for $30. I'll make 10 and you will make 10.
Wait, hold on a second. The math isn't mathing here. Let's see that again.
I put $20, you put 20. I'll buy this for $30. I'll make 10 and you will make 10.
So they put in $20 each, then she puts in another $30 and takes away $40. So yeah, she loses $10. She doesn't even make $10. Her friend makes $10. I've got to see the comments on this one. Tell me I can't do math without telling me I can't do math. Math in Ohio, gives 50, takes 40. I make 10. When you invest $50 into buying $40, just as I expected. Okay, next we have a real estate TikTok here to switch things up a little. Usually real estate investors are a little bit more reasonable than some of these crypto or stock trading guys.
Here's how to get paid $5,000 a month without ever having to work again.
I take that back.
Find a fixer-upper like this where you can buy it at a 30% discount. Let's say you're able to buy that property at a 30% discount. So let's say you pay $100,000 for that house. And it's going to cost you about $20,000 to rehab the property. And now you're all in on this property for $120,000.
Okay, so the problem with this is that it's incredibly difficult, I mean really almost impossible, to find a house going for a 30% discount. And in the event you were buying a house for a 30% discount, it would be in an absolutely unlivable state. It would probably have mold and fire damage. It would certainly cost more than $20,000 to rehab. Also, there are not many areas in the country where you can buy houses as cheap as $100,000.
After it's all fixed up, let's say you're able to rent the house out for $1,200 a month. Next, you're gonna go to the bank and you're gonna do what's called cash out refinance. So the bank is gonna send out what's called an appraiser to appraise to see how much the property's worth in today's market. Let's say the appraiser went out there and looked at the property and he appraised the property to be worth around $160,000.
So far he's said that you buy a $100,000 house, then you put in only $20,000 in rehab, and then it gets appraised for $160,000? There's just no chance you can put in $20,000 in rehab and increase the price of a property by $60,000 like that.
The bank is gonna loan you 75% of the appraised value. So 75% of 160 is $120,000. On a $120,000 mortgage at a 5% interest rate, 30-year amortizations, that puts your monthly mortgage payment to $655 a month. With taxes and insurance, I'm just gonna make it even $700 a month.
Apparently taxes and insurance these days only cost $45. I promise you there is not a tax rate in the country or a homeowner's insurance provider so cheap that these things would only cost $45 a month on a supposed $160,000 house.
We take the rent of $1,200 a month minus whatever you pay each month, which is around $700. That'll give you a net amount of $500 a month.
He doesn't include other costs such as maintenance and repairs, capital expenditures, property management, vacancy. All of these make a huge difference in your bottom line.
And here comes the best part. Since the bank is going to loan you that $120,000, you get to take the $120,000 that you have invested in that property back out and go do this 9 more times, which total 10 house that you're gonna have. You're basically reusing this $120,000 over and over and over again until you get to 10 house. If you take 10 house times by $500 that you made every single month, that's equal to $5,000 a month in your pocket without you doing.
Yeah, so basically every assumption in this video was just so blatantly unrealistic. This only works on paper and no one is ever going to be able to do this 10 times and be making $5,000 a month so easily.
Please don't become a day trader. Please. If you see people like this and think to yourself, I want to look like that, and you think day trading is a get-rich-quick scheme, you are dead wrong.
Finally, we've made it to the right side of investing TikTok.
I was one of those people. When I started day trading 2 years ago, I lost $2 grand in 2 months. $2 grand that I took 3 months to earn, 3 months of working 9 to 5. I don't want you to make those same mistakes. You have to approach it as a skill and a discipline if you actually want to make money in these markets. If I haven't scared you off day trading, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to be posting here every single day my journey from $100 to $1,000. I'm going to show you the tips that I've learned throughout the way, and I want you to get better at day trading with me. Join me on my journey and follow my videos. Thank you.
I'm so disappointed. The start seemed so promising, but then he went from don't become a day trader to follow me on my day trading journey.
Join me on my journey and follow my videos.
I guess I should have known better. I mean, he's using a Sigma hashtag in his video description. And of course, he also has a link to his trading Discord in his bio, just like every other fake day trader on TikTok. Well, everyone, that was a very, very tough watch for me, but I do hope you all enjoyed my suffering. Well, like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Also, don't forget to claim your 12 free stocks valued up to $30,600 when you open an account on Webull and fund it with as little as $100. Links to that in the description below. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.